Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of My Political Truth. I got real special guests. We ain't gonna waste any time tonight. My name is Jerry. I'm joined by the MAGAz crew. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. We're gonna start. I was told he's the leader. We're gonna start with Nino. Go ahead, my boy.
Hey, what's up? Jerry, thank you for having us. It's an honor. We are humbled, and we thank you for having the MAGAz here on your show. Again, guys, my name's Nino, better known as Nino America. I'm the leader of the MAGAz, yet we're all leaders in our own right. So it's me, Sister Kai, Brother Mike's in here, and we're just a grassroots movement. The MAGAz, Make America Great Always. Militant Americans in God's army. You know, it's the MAGAz, y'all. So we're just on here heavy on IG. I brought the MAGAz to Facebook. They didn't want to come over here to Facebook because of the censorship. I just got banned today, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. I digress. But again, it's the MAGAz. I'm the founder along with my people here, and it is what it is. God is good. I'm in West Texas, and Trump 2020. Let's go.
Welcome. Thank you, Nino. Thank you. Mike, what's going on, my man?
It's my black part of the MAGAz. You know what I mean? We're faithful for politics, first off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're saying the real stuff. We're getting hated for it, but we used to it, you know? He says in the Bible, we're going to be the most hated people. So yeah. I'm used to it. It's all good. You know, California, trying to get the heck out. Socialism, state at its finest. So here we are. We on Gary's live or Jerry's live. You know, hit me up on Instagram, Real Mike Black.
Thank you. And last and certainly not least, Kai, please tell us about yourself.
So I'm conservative Kai. I'm just basically like a Bernie gal turned MAGA woman.
Hey.
And I'm just excited.
Well, we're going to have to touch on that in a minute.
Interesting, bro, for real. Hey, she's a superstar. She's a superstar of the MAGAz. Kai's a superstar of the MAGAz. I said it. Let's go.
I can see it.
So basically, I'm 19 years old, as you can tell, not the average Gen Z. I mean, everything. I'm not the average Trump supporter, but I love America. I love my guns, and I love Trump, and I am unapologetic. Just came out as a Trump supporter about 8 months ago, and now I'm trying to spread the truth to all my friends, all my family, and we're stopping abortion, and we're stopping socialism, and we're doing it all one person at a time.
Let's go.
Let's go. I love that. That was, Kai, that was awesome. I love what you had to say right there. I'm going to start with the first question, and I want to get this question out of the way because I know everybody's going to be looking at this video. They see a white host, mixed races. So I'm going to get this question out of the way just so we could focus on the important stuff. You guys know what the word is out there, that Black people and Latinos don't support Trump. And when they do come out publicly against Trump, they get a bunch of vitriol back from their communities. I want to know, and I know my audience is going to want to know, where did you guys find the courage to come out and do this publicly on the platform that you're doing it? And two, how did you decide to be, what made you all individually become Trump supporters? And I'm going to start this one with Mike.
Well, I ain't never been a Democrat, never been a liberal. You know, I grew up in a conservative home. I grew up in the church. So I've always been conservative. I even when Obama was president, I flat out told people I don't like Obama. And straight from there, I was like, oh, you're not Black. You don't like your Black people. I'm like, well, first off, it was the Black people who abandoned me. My mom, who's white, took care of me. It's my grandmother, who's white, who took care of me. So the Black people never liked me.
Wow.
But now that Trump's in office, and straight from the start, Trump 2020, I was already with it. And they were like, well, you're supposed to be Black. It's like, you only care, I'm only Black when it fits your agenda. But if it doesn't, then I'm not Black anymore. So straight from the start, I knew the Democrats was trash.
Supposedly the party of tolerance, that don't tolerate anybody that doesn't agree with them. They're a complete farce, in my opinion, honestly.
Yeah, they've been bullying me since I was like 17, because I've been talking about Obama and all that since I was like 17, 18. So yeah, since I was 17, 18, I was a coon. I was a race traitor. I was this and that, but.
And this would be your own people calling you those words.
Yeah, supposedly, supposedly.
Unreal. I'm sorry you had to go through that, but I commend you on your courage. I love what you're doing, and keep doing it, man. I mean, there's a lot of people
to, like, trigger them.
that you're gonna trigger them. You're gonna trigger them. You're gonna inspire an entire generation of people. An entire generation of people. Worry about those the people with the delicate sensibilities. I can't deal with sensitive people. It's not for me. Not for me.
No.
Kai,
My goal is to reach people her age and below. So when they can vote, they know who to vote for.
And they're not brainwashed, most importantly. Kai, what about you, man?
So I have like a really long story, especially as being a 19-year-old, and especially, like you said, being Black. It took a lot for me to consider, switching sides and switching my whole view on life. So first of all, I'm just going to tell everybody how I was. I was a Bernie girl, anti-capitalism, and anti-pro-lifers, anti-babies, anti-men, anti-marriage, anti-everything, anti-God. I was actually an atheist. And I see Nino shaking his head.
I love this story. I love this story, Kai. Keep going.
So I was anti-everything. And so one day I discovered something that changed the whole game. So the whole thing was climate change. And I asked a lot of people, of course, all my friends my age, it's like, yeah, you got to reverse it. We got to vote for Bernie. He's going to help us, the Green New Deal and all. And so then I finally decided, let me ask somebody who might know a bit more. Do I hear a sound?
Hey, is that you, Mikey? You on the mute? We good?
Mike is on mute.
Let me-
Okay. Anyways, I asked everybody. Then I was like, okay, let me just ask somebody that's a bit older than me. Let me see if they actually think this stuff is going to come true. Because even though I was a liberal, I was a very logical liberal. So I would sit here and I would be like,
Excuse me. Do those exist?
I was one. And you see, I turned conservative. But like I was saying, so became like more I was a logical liberal. I believed in free speech. I believed in the Constitution. And so I was like, okay, let me go ask somebody older because they have more experience, as they probably lived through times where, something was going to happen, but it stopped. That's kind of how I thought logically. So I asked, he was a 45-year-old Iranian guy that was on my job, had no clue he was conservative. And I asked him, and I was like, do you think this is true? He was like, you're so young. You have so much to learn. And he went through stuff 80 years ago, 60 years ago, 50 years ago of stuff from the UN. And it was false stuff. We're supposed to be in the ice age. Florida's supposed to be underwater. We were supposed to run out of oil. All those different things. And ever since that, I've been questioning everybody. And with telling that story, I don't want anybody to feel the sadness and depression and emptiness that I felt when I believed that this country was a racist, sexist, homophobic, climate change is going to kill us all. We have too many people on earth, and I was not celebrating anything about life. And I can tell from now that I'm a lot more humble, I'm an independent, that's really right because of my Christian values. Now I can tell when stuff is complete bullcrap. And it's especially stuff when it's on the left. They have a really hard problem of lying and using fear to manipulate people. So I basically said, you know what? I don't want anybody else to live how I live. I want to love my country. I want to love my babies. I want to love God. I want to love Christianity. I want to love things. I want to have people my age understand.
You get it, little sis.
That same way. So that's why I don't want to build my life around people or things that are negative that lead left, because it's disgusting. A lot of the things they're doing now is disgusting. A lot of the politicians are disgusting.
Bill.
live my life surrounded by liberalism anymore. All my family's liberal. My friends are liberal. Almost 90% of them are black. And I'm tired of building my life around liberalism like I was for the whole 18 years that I have been a liberal. It's almost been a year since I became a conservative. So the whole 18 years I've been liberal. I don't believe that anymore. I got sick of it. So I said bye-bye. I walked away from the Democratic Party. And I just don't want anybody to live in that same fear that I did. So that's why
Bye, Bernie.
I have the guts now. You know, I told everybody I'd rather lose every opportunity for at a young age for being a Trump supporter than living in a world with socialism and no opportunity. Than living in a world where we kill off 90% of our babies and they have no opportunity to live. I'd rather live in that type of world than have any type of opportunity lost for being a Trump supporter.
We're the lowest, yet we do the most killing.
Exactly. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's really terrible. But I'm tired of living my life around that. And that's why I speak out, because I want to tell people you don't have to live your life surrounded by that. You can live in peace and serenity and within God and within your marriage and with your husband and with your children, and you can be together. But mainly it's to enforce the rules of God, which I feel like has brought me so much more serenity now.
I mean, I think you hit that one out of the park, and I'm going to tell you why. I got remarried back in 2017. My wife is a Mexican American. She's Catholic. Her family's Catholic, and it was because of them that I got brought back to God. You know, I grew up Jewish, but my family wasn't really religious. And then meeting my wife, who's an angel and a saint, she saved my life, brought me back to God. I was always a conservative, but now I brought the God ideology into it, and it makes it not a preference, but a mission. You know what I mean? Because the other side, I just don't think they are God-fearing people. And that is a very, very, very dangerous philosophy for this country.
They actually hate God. They flat out.
God haters.
I remember who is it? The mayor or something? The governor of New York. He flat out said, "God did not save you. God did not do this. God, this was me." Like he flat out rejected God.
He's what he's doing now. Cuomo, King Cuomo, as they call him, Il Duce, whatever, Hitler, whatever name you want to pick for him, it's fine. But he is actively stoking anti-Semitism and anti-Catholicism in New York. And he's Catholic, and Biden's Catholic, and Pelosi's Catholic. But yet they're running up on Amy Coney Barrett because of her belief in God. And that's all they had against her. And they're going to go against her religion. They're going to go after her religion. I find that despicable that anybody could do that.
Disgusting.
Nino, your turn.
Oh,
wait, here it goes. You asked earlier, right? You asked earlier, right? What helps me, right? What made me be so bold?
Mm-hmm.
Boom, right there.
That's what's up.
King James Bible. I'm a Bible believing Christian. I was a street dude since I was 13 years old, right? Since I was 13, I've been in heavy gang warfare in the streets of West Texas. Ended up in the dope game, right? Family and friends hooked on drugs. Most of my friends, they're either in prison, dead, or on the run, and some of us made it out. My whole life changed when I was 29, and I met a man. I met a carpenter, right? I met the King of Kings, the Lord Jesus. Changed my life, y'all. So what happened to me is I've always been basically a hard body in the street. I became a Christian, and I kept the same kind of, fierce vigor for, my newfound life and freedom in Christ Jesus. If I went hard in the street, y'all, I went hard for the Lord, right? So I always say this, when I became, what's up, son? I love thee. When I became a Christian, I lost half my friends and family. When I became a Trump supporter, I lost the other half. But I'm with the MAGAs now. I'm with the team. We support each other. We're all colors. We don't even care, and we stand against everything wicked. Again, Jesus Christ is Lord, Trump is president, and I tell everybody it's Trump 2020. And what? We're unashamed of the gospel. We're unashamed of being Christian conservatives, and we put faith over politics, like Brother Mike said, and we don't apologize for it. I honestly feel, I'm going to say this to everybody listening, Christian patriots are the best. Christian patriots are what's holding this world from going straight to hellfire. Christian patriots are what's needed. Christian patriots need to rise up, and Christian patriots need to do something. We're tired of holding the line. We're not holding the line. We're pushing the line. We just went and saw Trump in D.C. We stood against BLM. Me and Mikey, all of us, we went out there, and we ain't playing with the weenies, the BLMers. I say it loud and proud, spit on BLM, right? And FIFA too, they can get it too. And I'm telling you, there's not much they can do to us, because I'm gonna tell you something. I have a MAGA hat, my first MAGA hat, red. I made it myself, and in the back it says, "Try taking this hat." I've had that hat for 4 years. They've never taken my hat. I went to DC. Praise God, I came back with all my teeth, my MAGA hat, and my gold chain. And I say that to say this: there's some people that are missing some of those things right now. The brother Philip, poor guy. I'm not trying to, down bad him. I'm just saying I'm grateful I made it back from DC. If you see the videos on my page, Nino America, it shows us in DC standing against a lot of wicked people. DC's something else. But again, I'm just a Christian conservative. I'm not even a Republican. I'm just, like I said, a Christian conservative. I don't even consider myself. I'm not a Mexican. I was born in America. I do not push brown pride. I'm not pro-brown. I'm pro-American. There it is.
God bless.
Amen. Let's go.
There's nothing more I can say. And before we move on to the next topic, I want to say how proud I am of all of you for going to DC, for standing up against these fools, for knowing and educating people on how evil and demonic the BLM, Antifa, KKK, anybody that hates anybody else is evil for no other reason than the color of their skin or what God they pray to. That's an evil
or because they got a MAGA hat on. That's what they try to approach me. I have the viral clip. They try to take me to my hat off. I said, you ain't, this hat ain't coming off, baby. This is America. So they hate you just for a hat, brother. So they're wicked, vile, and disgusting. Just like you said, I agree.
And again, it's an honor to have you guys here. I'm so happy to hear all of these stories. You guys make my heart smile, because on a day-to-day basis, there's not much to smile about when we turn on the TV, and y'all know that. And that moves me on to my next topic, and it's media bias. The fact that we can't get the truth off of the Communist News Network, off of MSLSD, off of the Washington Compost, the Slimes, the Drudge Report. I could go on and on and
even
on.
local. Yeah,
Even
locally.
I was going to be on the local news, and they never had me on, but they had a woman. We had hundreds of boats. And there was a woman that they interviewed. And of course, it was like almost like a bimbo blonde, of course. And she was like, yes, look at all these boats. It was an empty spot where there was a bunch of mud. That's what they filmed. So look at all these boats, Trump 2020. And I gave so much information in my interview about Trump. It was about a minute long, so they can't say, oh, the clip was extremely too long, because this woman talked for about a good 2-3 minutes talking about how great Trump is and how full the stuff is. They didn't have me on at all, but they had her. If you really cared about Trump supporters, you would put on the facts. And the reason why people are there is to support Trump. So why wouldn't you get somebody who has the facts on supporting Trump?
Yeah, the facts.
I remember that a lot that you were talking about that. You were popping off.
And real quick, I want to interject real quick. Same thing in D.C., brother. 3,000 patriots, black, brown, white, even Chinese, walking down BLM Street, right? Walking down the middle of D.C., 3,000 strong, not one media reporter. No, nothing. No, Mikey, there was no CNN. No, they don't, you know why? They don't want to show that. That breaks their narrative. 3,000 patriots, black, brown, every color in D.C. with Trump hats on. See what I'm saying?
Shortly after Trump's speech, CNN was already saying how he gave a dark and decisive speech, and how dare can you tell when 3,000 or 2,000 black and Latinos to the White House to get the disease and spread the virus around. I'm not sick. I came back. I'm cool. Collective. Hey,
Mikey, we didn't get sick, and we walked around all DC with no mask. No No mask, don't ask. That's the MAGAs. We don't believe in that crap, and none of us got sick. But anyways,
imagine that.
I went to LA, right? I was in LA. I went to the Target LA, right?
Oh, the People's Republic of Los Angeles.
yeah.
30 minutes from LAX. I was in the Target, right? And then the guy who walked up to me, who worked there, he's like, by the way, do you have a mask for one? I'm like, I don't believe in it. And he's like, okay, I just had to ask. I'm like, okay. And then shortly before that, this woman, Nancy Karen, or, crying Karen, she said, like, I think you have to wear your mask while you're in the store. I was like, no mask, don't ask. It's my religion.
There you go. Hey.
I go into the store. I sometimes go live while I'm in the store,
Yeah.
and I won't be wearing a mask. And I'm like, hey, everybody, the mask is stupid. Don't wear the mask out loud. And people be looking at me like I'm crazy. One woman even took Germ-X, put it all over my cart, and then said, here, for your safety. I'm like, girl, you just went up in my face putting Germ-X on my cart, and you're talking about safety.
See, the way I look at it, and I'm with y'all, I think this mask thing is nonsense. It's ridiculous. I think if everybody was allowed to behave like an adult, listen, I've made it 41 years and I'm still good. You know what I'm saying? I could think for myself. I could decide for myself. I could see what's dangerous. I could see what's not. I don't need some fool on CNN telling me, oh, you need to wear a mask or you're going to burn from the inside out. Get out of here with that. I don't need that.
I mean, they don't wear the mask.
No.
I've never seen Cuomo and whatnot walking down the street wearing a mask. They've caught him several times. Nancy Pelosi as well.
Yeah.
Biden's probably the only one that actually wears the damn mask, to be honest.
Yeah. And to be.
He doesn't. The fact is, he'll sit there, he'll wear the mask. Then when he's talking, he'll pull it down. There was an interview. I don't know if y'all saw it. He was talking at a podium. He had the mask on. He did this. And then put it back up.
The way I see it, look, that's me and my big brother, the ones that are left in my neighborhood. We done survived so much, right? In order to be afraid of a virus with a 99% survival rate, like we done survived so much out here to be afraid of a flu-like virus. And then to be honest, this is to the Christians out there. Look, the Bible says to die is gain. So anybody afraid of the Rona, look, to be honest, the honest truth is this, y'all, we're all going to die. One day you're going to die. So to be honest, me and my wife made a decision a long time ago. We're not going to live our life in fear, being a Rona weenie and always, being masked up, afraid. I just left Walmart, Southside Walmart, and 99% people were wearing masks still. That's their prerogative. But me and my family, we walked through the whole store, no mask, don't ask. I've never worn a mask. And it's like Mike said, it's against my religion. It's against the religion of the MAGAs. We're Christians and we don't fear nothing and no one but God. So how the hell are we going to fear a virus with a 99% recovery rate, right? And it's just not, it's not factual. I don't know. The thing is this, look, anybody listening to me, your safety, and that's your responsibility, not mine. Mm-hmm. So don't force me to wear a mask, and I'm not going to force you to do anything that you don't want to do. Again, your safety is your responsibility, not mine. And if you care so much, COVID Karen, you wouldn't leave your filthy face diaper on the parking lot floor where my kids got to walk past it. See what I'm saying?
Face diaper?
Yeah, that's the ones that love their face diapers, right? We got it all, brother. We got COVID Karens, Rona weenies. It's the MAGAs, y'all. We do this all day. I'm just saying. Go ahead, Mike. Look, I'm telling you, no mask, don't ask. Leave me the hell alone. Straight, it's against my religion. Straight up. When I walk in the store and I just tell them, hey, I can't wear it. They say you need a mask. I say no, I don't require one, and I keep it moving, y'all. And I'll be respectful. And look. At the end of the day, y'all, we're done with this. I don't believe in the Rona or on the Rona. I only believe in two things: my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and my King James Bible. Everything else, obsolete. I could care less. I digress. Go ahead.
I mean, how can I follow that up? Straight up.
We are anti-mask. We are anti-maskers to the fullest. All the MAGAs are anti-maskers. Go ahead.
I walked up into a store with a me mugger face so they don't approach me.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean? So they are scared to ask me. Like, they see me coming in, me mugging, no mask. I'm like, okay, maybe he's not going to wear the mask. Let's just not ask him. Yeah, you're damn right. Just don't ask me.
So funny because I literally stepped on a mask in Kroger today.
Ugh.
Disgusting.
Go ahead, Jerry. Sorry, I digress.
I see all this going on, and then I look at the BLM crowd, and then I try to, and you'll see where I'm going with this in a second. I try to see, you know, are these people well read? Are they educated? And then I think to myself, you know, my family escaped the Soviet Union. And I'm not saying they left. They escaped in 1978. 1978. My dad had tons of money. He didn't have to leave. But because of the communist and the socialist way of life, they didn't have real freedom. So they escaped in 1978, came to this country, built a life, had me, had my brother, started a family. And now they got to relive this nightmare on TV with them pushing socialism. And I guarantee you, if I popped on 3 of these imbeciles from BLM, like in your place, and asked them, why do you support socialism? Tell me. Not one of them would be able to delve into the facts of what socialism is. Ask my mother, waiting for three hours online for 1 roll of toilet paper for a house of 6. 1 bedroom, 6 people, 1 roll of toilet paper till next month. Welcome to socialism.
Yeah.
I truly say this, that Americans live a life of luxury. Mm-hmm. And the reason why these BLM losers and Antifa chumps act like this is because they are ungrateful. I always say it in the lives, you know, I'm grateful to have a toilet. Mm-hmm. I'm grateful to have a refrigerator. Little things like that are really the big things. And if you think about it, most, you know, these socialist lovers, they don't even know what socialism is. If they knew what you knew, brother, if they knew what a lot of people know that come here and love this country, if they knew it, they would shut their mouths and go home and be contributing members to society. Yet they are not grateful and they are ignorant, low IQ idiots, ignoramus, and that's all there is to it.
Completely. And they are the Hoovers of society. All they do is vacuum up all of our resources. Give me this, give me that, pay for this, pay for that. The only reason they're supporting this movement is because of the free BS that they're promised. And I'm trying so hard not to curse I try not to curse, but they drive me so crazy sometimes.
Oh, you get in the flesh.
I can't hold it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
They hear all of this and it's repeated and driven, and it's their brainwashing propaganda tactics. And these idiots can't see this.
It's a spirit of delusion, a spirit of rebellion across the nation. We know it's biblical. It's spiritual battle. But then again, like you said, you want to cuss. We get in the flesh too. When we go out there and go against them, you know, it's flesh against flesh. Absolutely. It's time, to be honest, there ain't no praying. I mean, the prayer doesn't stop. I mean, you know, I'm not against prayer, but I'm saying sometimes you got to stop praying and get in the game. Yeah.
I always say to my wife, I said, prayers are fantastic. We pray all the time. But prayers without actions to back them up is only a wish. You know what I'm saying?
I can't agree anymore with these. That's the problem. That's what my wife always tells me. Because if y'all look at the clips from me rebuking BLM and all these weenies on my videos, people say, Nino, that's not you're so aggressive. I'll tell you this though. I'm telling you, the time for Christians, y'all, we need to stand up and do something and quit being so passive. My wife tells me all the time, tell them that's the reason. She don't like being on the camera, but she tells me to tell the people that's the reason the nation is in the position it's in, because we're trying to be civil with people that are not civil. Mm-hmm. Uncivil people, we're trying to be civil with them. It makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense. And I've always been, ever since, you know, I'm like you, I grew up in Brooklyn, you know, street kid or whatever. I've always been taught if you are attacked by somebody, you fight with their weapons. You got to fight crazy with crazy.
Exactly.
You can't be sane going up against a maniac. It's just not going to work out. It's just not going to work out.
The saying, you can only stop a bad guy with the gun, with the good guy with the gun.
And
we're sitting here trying to stop a bad guy with the gun with the psychologist, you know, as Joe Biden likes to say. We're not even armed. We don't even have a middle guy with the gun.
Shoot him in the leg.
It makes sense.
Not us. Hey, not the MAGAs. We're full throttle. We back to blue, right? And we're Bible believing Christians in your face, and we ain't backing down for no BLM chumps or no Antifa weenies, everybody.
I got the whole thing.
Damn, there you go, Mikey.
There we go.
Don't come at me,
listen.
Hey, it's all. Hey, you know what? We're not violent. The thing is this, though. You're not gonna step on us. You're not gonna freaking take our hat. You're not gonna knock our teeth out. We're coming at you too.
In my face.
Look,
I've had my forehead open up once. It's never happening again.
And the Bible says this, y'all. There's a time for war and a time for peace. Okay, so pick pick and choose. Here you are. I'm telling you, it's a season right now. We're in a season of heavy spiritual and physical warfare. And again, we're not pushing violence. Mike's not a violent guy. I chill with them all, you know, in DC. But the thing is this. We seen people getting their teeth knocked out, their hats taken, beat up to a pulp, women beat up. And I'm telling you, the MAGAs ain't going for it. It's going to be a cold day in hell before you bust us like that. That's all I got to say about that. Go ahead.
We got to stand our ground because
all
these people are grown up
terrorists.
Of course they're terrorists, but they're bullies. The minute you pop a bully in the mouth, what happens? They run away like the chumps that they are. You know that. It's basic human psychology. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to impose their will on us, but they don't know the strength of our willpower at all.
They think that humble people can't fight. We can't do it. It's like, have you ever heard of the kid who was bullied for so long and he kept it in, and then the second he releases that, it's like hell on earth. Like there's a demon that just got released. That's us. We cool, calm, collective, but once you push us to the limit, you gonna release a beast that you've never seen. You don't want to see. It's like your grandmother when she's mad. You don't want to piss off your grandma because she'll whoop that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna whoop that. I'm gonna go harder than grandma. Okay, and we all know that grandmas are lovable and whatnot, but they have a hard rap when they get mad. Like,
oh, I never wanted to get hit with that house slipper. Kidding me?
The chancla.
The chancla went flying.
The chancla, the freaking paddle, the belt, everything that these weenies nowadays don't even get, because the Bible says this, to beat your children, okay? The King James says beat your children, and you need to the Bible says this, if you love your children, you will whoop them. If you hate them, you will not whoop them. That's the problem. That's the problem. A lot of people have not been disciplined, and that's why they're acting out like full-grown children out here running amok.
And they all got trophies when they played Little League 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I was saying it back then. I said, all these kids that are getting trophies just for participating, they're going to be a problem in a decade. Kai, you had something on your mind?
Yeah, it's good one through third place. Cool, but what's 1 through 10th place? Like, this ain't Mario Kart. Come on now. This ain't Mario Kart, man.
Go ahead.
If I get 8th place, man, I just sucked. If I get 8th place, man, I sucked. Don't rub it in my face like, I feel bad for you. Here's a trophy. No, I don't feel bad for you. I sucked. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, basically, I actually just got through being off alive with Nino, and I was like, I feel like the main reason why, even when I was a liberal, I never thought of the whole, mentality with the participation trophies is because I was busy winning the first to third trophies.
Yeah.
Like, I have big old trophies and big old
medals. She does.
And I felt like that's why I was so logical, because 1, I got the whoopings, 2, I got the good grades, 3, I got the trophies. So I didn't have as a liberal to make up excuses about everything. And my parents, they never gave me excuses for anything. You know what I'm saying?
Your parents did a really good job. Obviously.
You worked hard for that.
I feel like I'm living proof of a person who did not get participation, who got whoopings, who actually this. And I'm one of the Gen Zers that are actually making sense today, that aren't going out and burning stuff. Because I know that even though I'm 19, if I go and burn down one freaking thing and get arrested, I'm still enough to get my tail dug in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry, I don't want me to cut you off, Kai.
Oh, go ahead.
And to be honest, if they got participation trophies, good for them. My parents didn't want me. I was raised by my grandparents. I didn't do any kind of sports. And there's a lot of men in America. I would say let's touch on that. That's the problem with BLM. I stand for Black Lives, but I stand against BLM as an organization because they stand against traditional marriage. They stand against a nuclear family. They practice witchcraft. They're professed, right? Am I right, MAGAs? They're witches. They're Marxists by the admission of their mouths, y'all. So that's why we're against BLM, because who they really are. We're not stupid. And at the end of the day, look, this is why real men are needed. Real women, that's why I said Christian patriots are needed, because we stand for Christian conservative values. We're about one man, one woman marriage only, no exceptions, right? Raising godly children, right? Men be the men, women be the women, simple as that. And that's what BLM, the organization, and the founders are against. They want to effeminize in particular the black male, and take him out of the equation, right? And not push a nuclear family, which is the main reason I believe this nation is so messed up, especially the minority families, because most of the minorities, the father figure is not around. That's how I was raised. But praise God, you know, God got a hold of me, and I'm here to preach the truth. But again, there's a big lack of men in the household, and BLM stands for that denuclearization of the family unit, y'all. And it's disgusting and wicked. Call it what it is.
And I'm really happy you brought up the leadership of BLM, because I want to jump on that real quick. We got Patrice Cullors, we got Omal, what I forget her last name, and Alicia Garza, right? They all claim to be Marxists.
Hocus pocus.
I read the Communist Manifesto. I read 3 of Marx's books. He despised Jewish people like me, black people like you, brown people like you. He hated anybody that wasn't a Protestant, blonde hair, blue eyes. He called called his Jewish son-in-law the N-word of his family, because that's what he put Jews and black people on this. This is Marx. This is Karl Marx, and they claim to be Marxist. I had to do my research.
That's how you know they're confused. Like, you're brown, and these people that you claim to like promote, they don't like you
At all.
You're praising someone who flat out despises you.
And that's what they say about us. The projection is huge, because all the time I get, oh, you're like a house, and you know, I don't know if you want us to say it.
Say it, sis.
Say it. There's no censorship here. Say it.
You're a house Negro. They're pretending to like you just to get everything they can out of you, just to make them look bad. Then you're going to be thrown to the side. It's such projection. You can't call me a coon, an Uncle Tom, a house Negro. Number one thing I get is a bed wench.
Wow.
I don't know if you know what a bed wench is, but that is the a young like slave girl or a slave woman that the, I guess, master likes the most, so they sleep with them and like bring them up to the quarters, sleep with them, they get special treatment and stuff like that. I get that so much, but literally look at all these Margaret Sangers, look at all these Karl Marxists, look at all these people that are absolutely disgusting, that are trying to promote the racism that we used to see. They promoted it. Look at these people that were the KKK, the Democrat Party. You see older pictures of white women with hoods on that says Democrats for KKK. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Women for Democrats. That's what the sign said, with hoods on, old-fashioned pictures.
And it was the Democrat Party. Continue, my bad.
Go, Mike.
How do you not see it? How do you see these pictures and excuse it? And it's crazy, because they're like, oh, we want reparations, we want this, and that. But at the same time, you're saying, oh, all these people that were racist, because the party switched, so everything's fine. We don't care. We'll still vote for the Democrats. We don't care about the KKK. Okay, then why is it the same thing? Why don't you get over history like you did with the KKK? You get over history and you make your own reparations.
Come on.
But you only do it when you want to do it. I just don't get how they cannot see that hypocrisy.
I don't have an answer. Because if I did and I understood these idiots, then I would feel bad for myself, honestly, because I just can't see their rationale. I can't see their rationale. I can't. How can you support? And I'm sorry, let me just finish this thought. How can you support? That's like me rounding up my entire family saying, we want Hitler resurrected. My grandfather was on the front lines in World War II, trying to free fellow Russian Jews from Hitler's oppression. And now I got to deal with this group from BLM supporting and promoting Karl Marx, who was all for the slaughter of 6 million Jews, 5 million Catholics, no problem. And then nobody wants to talk about it? That's just, it drives me crazy. And if I seem like I'm losing my temper because I start thinking about it, where has the education gone? Where has the common sense? Where has the personal curiosity gone? That's what I want to know. When somebody hears something, and this is just me speaking from me, but Mike, Nino, tell me this. If you hear something and it don't sound right to you, aren't you going to want to pick up a book, open your phone, do some research to see what's what? Nobody's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
I
just.
think
Go ahead, Mike.
that's true though. Well, I always say this, you know, how do you trick a black man and manipulate a black man? You put it in a book.
Oh.
They don't read. They drop down to 3rd grade.
Wow.
My stepdad, he said that he dropped out of elementary school because of recess, because he don't play around. Now it's funny, right? But at the same time, it's like, that's sad that in the black community, especially, you know, there's a lot of children dropping out in the 3rd grade, the 5th grade. Heck, my biological father didn't even make it past kindergarten.
Yeah, that's
Mike.
crazy.
Wow.
You know, he died at age of 50 years old from AIDS. You know, he was an abusive person. He was a crook, a criminal, piece of crap, everything. But he couldn't read or write.
Yeah, Mike.
That's crazy.
You know,
Sorry to
and
hear
he
that.
grew up in Stockton, California.
And where?
Stockton, California.
Yeah, up north.
That's where he grew up. You know, so and it's like the Democratic Party don't want black people to read. You know, they kept the slaves from getting education and whatnot because, you know, you can't manipulate a smart person. So how do you manipulate them? You keep them dumb. You don't let them read. You don't let them think. You don't let them find anything out but what you tell them.
Wow.
And, you know, even further than that, they're pushing, and I don't know, maybe I'm seeing it wrong, but they're pushing a segregationist agenda. They want us to hate each other. They want us to be divided. This right here drives them crazy. You know, educated people of all colors and all races, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It don't matter because, you know, it's the Bible. Look, if you're not a Christian, you're not going to understand this. But the thing is this, I judge no man after the flesh. I know no man after the flesh, meaning I don't care what color someone is. I judge a man based off integrity, morals, grit, you know, all that stuff that really matters. I got family members I cut off out of my life. I don't care if they're even related to me. The point is this, you're a low-life loser. You're a low-life loser. I don't want you around me and my family. So that's the point. It's not a skin issue. It's a sin issue. That's the point. These people are blinded by rage, hatred. They hate our president. They hate everything good, and they hate America. Yet they're so stupid and blinded by their hate, they fail to see that we live in the greatest country in history.
And you know what it is? It's sad, Nino. A lot of these people, they're not stupid. They're just ignorant.
Yup.
That's the sad part. A lot of them are very bright, but they're very ignorant. Very ignorant.
Ignorant and wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Their hearts are
Yeah,
full
I
of.
was once one of those.
Who's
Just
that?
think about it. Most of these celebrities, we can see that they have talent. We can see that their talent got them places.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly they have abilities and all this. But when it comes to logic and common sense, it's like they threw that part away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they didn't need logic and common sense to play, be a basketball or throw a football. You don't need common sense to do that. You know, you don't need that. So they threw that part away. They were like, well, and I made millions off of just throwing a football. I don't need common sense. I didn't speak common sense when I was throwing football. I wasn't speaking common sense when I was, you know, dunking and all. So they threw that part away. And now all of a sudden they want to start talking politics. You know, LeBron James, oh, we're so oppressed. White people after me. You got a white chef. You got a white man who cleans your whole lawn. You got a white man who drives you around, but yet white people
Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's been a millionaire a dozen times over since the age of 17, I believe, 16. I'm sure he was getting money under the table from Nike and all them when he was still in high school. So I don't want to hear that oppression nonsense from LeBron.
No, he's a millionaire.
Any of these celebrities, like, you're a millionaire.
He's oppressed, Mikey. He's oppressed, Mike. He's a oppressed millionaire, Mike. Don't you know this?
All right,
Colin
I
Kaepernick.
want to jump into the next
White
topic.
people were evil, yet
Go ahead,
there was
Jerry.
white people who adopted people.
Yeah. Look at Colin Kaepernick. And how can they allow this? And they hear what he says and they're like, did you grow up in this house? Because it seems like you missed the whole point of this. I don't know. But
his family was rich or well off.
Oh yeah, they were well off. They were comfortable, 100%. I want to jump into the Biden emails. and all this and the Bible.
Ooh, I'm good on this. Let's
We
go.
got about another 15 minutes to go, so I want to finish up with this. All right, whose turn is it to set it off? I think it's you, Kai.
So I basically heard, I haven't been really on it like that. So I guess I'll give my basic rundown. My whole thing is, I've never been one to believe like something unless I really see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really seeing it. At first, I was like, okay, like I don't see anybody doing anything, so I'm not gonna like be all like, oh, people are pedos, which I knew. So
She's anti-Q. Be honest, she's anti-Q.
After Weinstein and Epstein, I was like, yeah, there's probably a lot of pedos in Hollywood. Like, duh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Easily. There have been documentaries from 20 years ago stating how these boys were invited to parties and molested, all this stuff. People have gone to jail. R. Kelly and everything has been literally hidden for decades and is still giving girls herpes and stuff like that, young girls and stuff. He's been doing that stuff. There's a lot of pedos in Hollywood. I was just never one to really care about that, especially when I was a liberal. Now I'm conservative. I'm caring more about the children, so I'm putting it more on my platform. But I had never been one to believe it until I see it. And now I'm seeing it, and it's absolutely crazy how I'm literally seeing few pictures of this man cracked out, of this man drugged out, of this man with a whole pipe in his mouth.
A whole one.
Crazy, a pipe in his mouth with drugs still in it, with drugs, white drugs still in the whole pipe. It's crazy that I'm seeing these things. And I am not shocked that Joe Biden is a pedo at all. I've always known, I've never liked the Clintons. Even when I was a liberal, I was like, I pray that this lady who wants war with Russia does not get in. And I said, I don't know who's gonna do it. Like, I was thinking like, Donald Trump is a piece of crap, but Hillary is sitting here gonna put us to war, and we did not have this, and I don't know, but I'm sure the best outcome is just gonna be the best outcome. So I was for neither, you know. And to see this going on, and to see crack pipes and blah, 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 and girls, we don't know what age, getting drugs snorted off them and stuff, it's absolutely positively mind-boggling. And people, and honestly, at first I was not on the Q train, like Nino said, but now I'm starting to get more invested into Q.
Wow.
Like, there's like an account that I really like, and it's Wonder Woman, but the two the A and Wonder, the two O's in Wonder Woman are Q's instead. So I follow her page a lot, and a lot of the stuff she's been posting has been like on the dot. So with all this stuff going on, I'm really seeing a lot more evidence, and I'm glad that through all of this, we can help get justice for a lot of kids who we do not know are in the deep web through Biden's computer, and we can get Biden put in jail. He's absolutely disgusting, and Hunter especially, kid, I'm just saying how I want to say it, Gen Z term.
Say whatever you got to say.
Biden can go choke. I don't care about Hunter Biden. They're all disgusting. I completely believe that Joe Biden is a pedophile. How can you hide this? What kind of father, if I'm sitting here, I'm a mother, and my child is sitting here snorting drugs off of little girls, okay, and he has child porn on his laptop, why would I hide that? I'm gonna sit here and say, hello 911, my child is doing this.
Wait, hold on. Let's not forget Hunter Biden's greatest hits. Let's not forget his greatest hits. That's not even so bad. He was sleeping with his brother's wife while his brother had cancer, number one. And then when he died, he married her, then cheated on her with that stripper from Arkansas, got her pregnant, That's one move. Then he got dishonorably discharged from the Navy for selling crack cocaine.
I know about that one.
Trap boy.
Please, he needed to do that? That boy didn't have a job until his father became our vice president.
I'm telling you why they need to do it, because that's how they make their money.
Come on.
They make their money selling the drugs. They make their money pimping out other countries. That's what they do, selling the children. That's how they make their money. This is the whole business. They're talking about Trump paid $750 for his business. At least Trump's running a damn business. These people are running disgusting sex trafficking rings. I'd rather have a man who paid $750 in a business, actual business, than have a man that's out here not even doing, I don't even call that crap business. I call it being a
distortion.
Child loving pimp. That's what I call it. And it's nasty, and he needs to be in jail. I don't care about no $750 in taxes. Where are taxes going to? People like my grandmother who are able-bodied and don't want to work. That's where the taxes are going through. And I'm sick of it. They need to get less and less money through taxes, because it ain't nothing. It's going to nothing. I sit here and see EBT cards at my job. It's extra expensive to go there. It's being swiped on crab legs and crab cakes and balloons.
And sweet.
And did you say weed?
No, I said sweets.
Oh, and sweets. I was about to say, maybe in Cali where they said.
Nah, well, to be honest, we know what they do with the stamps. My crackhead sister does it. They get the stamps and they sell it half price.
I just called that.
Come on, we ain't stupid.
Look, 15th, any corner in Brooklyn, you could get a half price food stamp.
Look, we know it. I ain't stupid. That's why I say this. Check it out. I'm against all racism, even my own people. That's who was trying to get me in the street. My own people. The own people look just like me, right? I said it before. If I saw a carload full of people from my neighborhood and the police had them hemmed up, officer, you need a water? You need some help? I'll help you, officer. They want to take their carcasses to jail where they belong. I'm an equal opportunity exposure. If you're doing wrong and doing something illegal, you need to go to jail. I say this, build the wall, deport them all, even abuelita. You don't care about my laws. You don't care about my country. Here I go. Check it out, Brother Jerry. This is how I do it. You don't care about my laws. You don't care about my country. You don't care about my house. You need to go. I don't care who you are. If you're here illegally, I don't care what color you are. You need to be gone. Poof, be gone. Deportee. If you need a free ride, I'll call ICE for you. But check this out. Speaking on the Bidens, check this out, though. I'm really heavy into it. I'm going to tell you something, right? Bombshell. Has anybody seen Giuliani's interview? This kid is like a candy. He's like waiting in Chris. It's like the night
Christmas
before
morning with this kid.
Yeah, Giuliani's. He's all gleefully full of joy, ready to bust it wide open. He's over there with the laptop, showing it to the reporters. Like, here it is. They got him. And then check this out. Trump's already saying it to the reporters. He's already telling them, look into Biden, look into the crime family. You need to get them. And Trump's already saying it, y'all. Look, it's fixing to bust wide open. We've been reporting it. The MAGAz have. I did it on my page. It's probably why I got censored today. I got put in Facebook jail for 30 days because nobody else is reporting it. It's a bombshell. And I'll say this. I'll pass it to Mike. I know we're running out of time. I'm going to say this real quick. My problem is this. Screw the election. In my opinion, screw the election. Red and blue, screw all that. I'm worried about national security. At this point, I don't even care if Trump wins. I know he's going to win, but I'm saying, guys, this is so crazy. It's like a movie. And for Kai to say that she's like following Q now, I know her. She was never, she hated I'm not saying she hated it, but she was never with the Q. I'm not either. But for Kai to see it, like she said, she sees it. We see things happening. Guys, this is like a movie. And like I said, this thing runs deep. Trump was right.
Too many coincidences, my brother. There's too many coincidences.
Trump was right. Yep. Biden's a crook. Hunter's a crackhead. Simple as that. Go ahead, Mikey.
Yeah, I heard with the deal that Hunter made with, I think it was China, right?
Yeah. And Ukraine. Ukraine.
Oh, Ukraine, yeah. With Ukraine, he's supposed to be making $10 million a year with the deal that he made with them. Yeah. But how is he going to get 10 mil? Who's he stealing the money from? You know, the American people.
10 million? I saw something else on that. You know what that 10 million was for? Strictly an introduction to my guy. That's what he called him. That's what the 10 million. That 10 million you're talking about, just to introduce some Chinese official to Papa Joe, to Weekend at Bernie's over here.
It's basically like, this is what I heard. Giuliani said it's like a crime. It's like a Chinese crime model. They have the man up top on the family, right? Then he has a bag man. The bag man's Hunter, right? He gets the bribes and he got to break off the father 50%. This ain't nothing new. Go ahead, Mikey. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, you good, yeah. But it's crazy how, because we already have proof that Biden has talked to China and Russia. You know, we have audio proof. I have some of it on my Instagram. Nino has some of it on his, Kai on hers.
Oh, I got it.
We all have it right there in their face, and they still can only say, "Well, I just don't like Trump's attitude." So you rather vote for a man who sniffs children, smokes crack,
touches children,
sells America to foreign countries, betrays our country, kills off our troops. All because of some man who has a voice that you just like, oh, he has a tone I don't like.
Biden's a threat. Biden's a threat to security in the story.
Yeah, like, come on. I'd rather, like, okay, here's a perfect example, right? We not all of us will like our boss, right? You don't like his tone, but it pays good, so you still work there. Same thing with Trump. You don't like the man, but look at his policies. Look what he's doing for America. End of story.
I don't know when the American presidency turned into high school government, that we got to vote for the most popular kid in school. I don't care about if you're a nice guy. I don't want you to be a nice guy if you're protecting my country. If you're protecting our borders, leave the nice stuff at the door.
Nice guys finish last. Nice guys finish last. Trump is a boss.
Go ahead, Kai.
You have to drop a few bombs, literally. I remember, I'm even old enough to remember when everybody was praying for somebody that was relatable. Everybody was praying for somebody who wouldn't lie to them. And every rap song, every pop song, every love song, you hear about how much politicians lie. Well, you got a man right here, smart mouth, honest, and will tell you how it is.
Oh,
you hate your friend that is so, oh, my friend's so annoying. She's always on my tail about this and this. She's all blah, blah, blah. I hate when my mom sits here and tells me to clean my room, all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, who's getting you ready for the real world? Your friend that's telling you how it is, and your mother who's telling you to clean up your room, and your father who's whooping your tail, getting you ready for people who are willing to whoop your tail way worse. But you hate that person because they discipline you. They tell you how it is. They make you do things you don't want to do. Well, guess what? Trump is telling you, vote for me. Listen, your schools, he said specifically to Black America, but I'm going to use it as whole America. But but he said, listen, your schools,
conservative Democrats.
Your schools are terrible. Your cities are filled with crime, fatherlessness in the homes. Listen, if you vote Republican, what the hell do you have to lose? What the hell do you have to lose?
And they got offended by that.
He told the truth, period. Whether you like it or not. My mom's like, listen, Kiondra, you know a C in the college course is not good, and I'm going to sit here and sit with you, and I'm going to study with you because I made too good of a grade in this class in the exact same college you're going to be doing better. And you know what? I hated every single step of human AP, but I know I would not have raised my grade up to an A without my mother hounding me every 2 seconds. And I hated it, but it was right for what it was right. And that's what we got to understand. Listen, Trump is going to sit here. If you think he's sitting here tweeting on the toilet, laughing about stuff he's tweeting, okay, let's get a blunt, honest, funny president that wants his taxes right, just like any other person wants their taxes right, that wants everything correctly, that lives in this world, that deals with the government because he owns a business, that has to follow rules and regulations, unlike freaking Kamala Harris,
Kamala heels up Harris.
Straight out of Middle East Harris, who's sitting here prosecuting men and prosecuting women, predominantly those of color, predominantly men. She's sitting here putting them on death row. She's not living on the same world that we are. She's making sure that we stay in our world and she stays in hers. She's nice, protected, on security. Meanwhile, we're sitting here getting incarcerated by her. They don't live in the same world, but you want to know who lives in the same world as us and who continues to, because he runs businesses and has to follow supply and demand just like everyone else, unlike Biden, who's sitting here selling crack to other people and who's sitting here trafficking children illegally, doing illegal things. They don't have to follow rules and regulations. That's Biden and them. But Trump is following them. He's just like us. That's what I try to tell folks. It's just not the same thing. That's why they feel like they can do all these different illegal things. They don't live in the same world. But you're listening to them, Bernie Sanders with free mansions. I think 3 mansions, 2 mansions, 1 beachfront. And he's sitting here telling you to accept a government-aided house. And I know what they look like. Because one half of my family all live in them. Another half lives in the country ghettos. I know what they look like. It's not good. But Kamala Harris and them, they're not living the same way, nor did they work hard to earn that type of living. So we can't listen to them, Hunter Biden and them, when it comes to things that are legal, that are relatable, that are blah, blah, blah. They don't live in the same world. That's what I try to tell people.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, we're out of time. I want to post this in 20 minutes. Guys, Mike, Nino, Kiondra, pleasure and an honor. Thank you so much for joining me. I could sit here and talk to you guys for another 2 hours, and I think none of us would get bored, honestly. But thank you for your time. Everybody's time is valuable, and I really want to thank you for taking time out to do this with me. I really appreciate it. And anything you need from me or my Political Truth fam, audience, anything, we got you.
Appreciate it, Jerry. We just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. The MAGAz, you're right. Time is valuable. Everybody spend time. You can never get it back, y'all. Spend time with your family. I want to part with this. Jesus Christ is Lord. Put your faith in him and see what happens. God bless you, brother. And it's the MAGAz. Go ahead, Mike and Kai, real quick.
Real quick, I want all 3 of you, while you say goodbye, give us all your social media platforms.
Okay, everybody, I'm on IG, Facebook, Parler, YouTube, TikTok. Nah, not TikTok. I'm on everything, even TikTok, but I don't even get on there. Nino America or Nino America. It's easy. Nino America. Google me. God bless. Go ahead, Kai.
So you can just find me on Facebook, Twitter.
Everything.
You can find me on Parler and Instagram, Conservative Kai, and you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, CC Kai. Twitter has a 2 at the end, so CC Kai on Facebook and then CC Kai 2 on Twitter.
Mike.
Me, it's just I'm mainly on Instagram. I mean, Facebook. I mean, you can follow me, you can add me, whatever, Facebook is,
Yeah.
But Instagram, Real Mike Black. I also got, I'm starting my own clothing brand, Christian clothing brand. So, I mean, I got links all over the place in my bios or in my descriptions, whatnot. So hit those up if you can. Share the link.
Do me a favor. Message me your link. I'm going to put it on the YouTube page in the description box. Whatever links you guys want me to put in there, message them to me when we get off.
Hey, what's your YouTube, bro? You got a YouTube? What is it?
Yeah, it's My Political Truth, my_political_truth. YouTube it's just now starting to blow up. And on Facebook, My Political Truth group got deleted. So I still have the original page. I try to do what I can to not get kicked off of there. On Instagram, it's My Political Truth. Parler, all the same. It's My Political Truth everywhere. Thank you, guys. We're going to share this on all our platforms. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Trump 2020. Thanks, y'all.
Let's go. Who's the MAGA?
MAGAz.